So what's up, y'all? It's AJ Simmons, and I want to tell you 10 random things that nobody tells you as a new entrepreneur. Alright, so number one, 1099s don't just go to employees at the end of the year, they also go to the IRS. And it has to be sent to the IRS by January 31st. So just keep that in mind. If you're going to hire independent contractors or 1099 workers, just make sure that you also send those 1099s off to the IRS as well as your employees. I was under the impression that as long as you filed the income on your tax return or on your business tax return, then you will be fine, but apparently you have to send separate 1099 forms off to the IRS. There's also another form in addition to the 1099 that you're supposed to send, but I forgot what it is because I do mine through Intuit, QuickBooks, and they do everything for me once I submit it. So make sure you definitely look into that. Thing number two, you don't need a business license. That's just, it is what it is. You don't need a business license to get started. You need your entity type, whether you do sole proprietorship, LLC, or corporation, and you need a tax ID number. That's it. And really, if you do sole proprietorship, you don't even need a tax ID because you can use it social, but I don't recommend that. So you don't need a business license for it. Really, what the business license is for is so the city can basically tax your business. Okay, so but are you required to have a business license? No. When you're doing business to business, the company that you're serving is not going to ask you for a copy of your business license most of the time. And if you're trying to open a business bank account, 9 times out of 10, that bank is not going to ask for a copy of your business license. They're going to ask for a copy of your registration of your business entity, and they're going to ask for your tax ID number. All right. So, truth of the matter is, you really don't need a business license from the very beginning. All right. Number 3, the EIN number is free. I can't believe how many people still seem to go pay for tax ID numbers or EIN numbers. They're the same thing. EIN stands for Employer Identification Number. Some people call it FEIN, which is Federal Employer Identification Number, but it's free. All you got to do is go to irs.gov, and you can get that. You can basically get them as many as you need. Just go up there and they're free. Just go to irs.gov. All right. Number 4, all you need is entity type, EIN number, and you're in business. That's it. So many people think it's so hard to get started, but all you got to do is get your free your free tax ID number. So that's $0 and invest it, and then all you got to do is go get your pay for your entity registration. So if you're doing DBA, which is doing business as, all you do is file a fictitious name as a sole proprietor, and you're in business. That's usually about $100, no more than 500 most of the time in most cities and states. Same thing with the LLC and the corporation. I haven't seen it cost any more than I think $500. I know where I'm in Virginia, it costs $100 for LLC and $125 for corporation. So being a business owner means nothing really other than you paid the filing form to be able to say that you own a business. That's it. So owning a business is not hard as you think it is. All right. Step number 5. Now, by the way, running a business is completely different, but just getting started, nothing to it. All right. So I want to make that clear. All right. So number 5, 1099ers should also do an I-9 form and have 2 forms of IDs. So, when you hire employees, you obviously need to have them fill out a I-9 form as well as a W-4 form for their taxes. But when you hire 1099 workers, you also need to have them fill out a I-9 form as well. They don't have to do a W-4 form because you won't be taking taxes out for them, but you at least need to have an I-9 form on file for these people as well as 2 forms of identification. All right, number 6, CPAs can be had for as little as $200 a month. I didn't know this. A lot of people don't know this. We automatically assume that we broke and we ain't got it, and it's hard enough. You're trying to pay the bills that you already have on your personal side, so you really don't want to add on too many subscription fees or recurring fees in your business because you're just trying to make some money at first. But the truth of the matter is, a CPA, which stands for Certified Public Accountant, in case you're not keeping up with me, CPAs basically you can find one for as little as $200 a month, sometimes cheaper than that. It all depends on how frequently you want to meet with them and how much you want them doing for you. Really, you can see one once a year, but I don't recommend it. At the absolute minimum, you should at least do once a quarter, and then you also can have them for once a month. You can meet with them once a month. You just get all your statements, all your documents, all your receipts, everything, and submit it to your CPA, and they can kind of handle it for you, take care of your bookkeeping and all of that. So make sure you look into an accountant, because it could be cheaper than you think. All right. Number 7, insurance can wait until your first contract. So, and this is for my people that's in cleaning business or any type of service business. Everybody is in such a quick hurry to get insurance so they can say we're insured, bonded and insured. But the truth of the matter is, whether you're bonded and insured or not, that's not like a certification or some type of bragging rights. That's standard. You know what I mean? If you're in business, of course you're bonded and insured, unless you're just some sole proprietorship and you're doing all the cleaning yourself. You should be bonded and insured. So that's not really a bragging right, but some people seem to think that, because that's how it is in the employee world, where you can brag about your degree or your little certification and use that as a stepping stone or a marketing technique for your resume. But in business, that's kind of a given. So that's not a big deal that you're bonded and insured, all right? So don't think you need to rush just to get that. Wait till you get your first account first, and then that way you got something to insure. All right, so get your account first, get some money coming in, and then go get your insurance. That's my recommendation on that. All right, number 8, business cards aren't that important. It's just a fact. All right, when you first getting started, if you really want to just get out there, especially if you're doing residential cleaning, you can be a little less put together professionally when you're doing residential. All you need is some flyers. Most people throw business cards away these days anyway. And even for commercial side, you really get accounts off of relationships. So if the person know who you are, they really don't need your business card, okay? That's what cell phones are for. You can put the number in your phone. And if you got a flyer, it's probably cheaper for you to make a flyer at home and just print it out on Microsoft Publisher, okay? So just get you some flyers if you want to have something to give to people, or some little brochure. Make a little brochure with Microsoft Publisher and just print it out and hand it out to people. You know what I mean? If you don't have the money to order business cards, then just start simple, okay? So it's not that important, but at the same time, obviously at some point you would like to get them just to have them, but it's not mandatory, all right? You still can get started without a business card. All right, number 9, money isn't business money. Oh, never mind. Your money isn't the business's money. I read that wrong. I did my little steps written down, but anyway, your money isn't the business's money, and the business's money isn't your money. So basically, when you first get started, let's say you're doing a service business again, because as y'all know, I specialize in the cleaning business, but let's just say you do a lawn care business. If you cutting all the lawns yourself when you first start, and you're doing about $2,000 a month in business, that $2,000 doesn't belong to you, it belongs to the business, and you need to start carrying it like that, okay? Because you want to start building a system out of your business. I do so many videos talking about this, all right? So don't look at the business as your growth. Otherwise, what are you doing is just creating a job for yourself. And self-employment is no different than regular employment. After a while, you'll learn to realize that, okay? So what you really want to do is become a business owner and not just self-employed, okay? So your money and the business money are two separate things. You're supposed to pay yourself out of your business's money, not just take all the profits from the business, okay? Otherwise, you can never grow and scale up, all right? And then the 10th thing that I want to tell you that nobody else tells you is C-corps are taxed twice. All right, now when I say taxed twice, I mean that a corporation is taxed at the corporate level. So after you pay for expenses and everything, you'll get taxed at the corporate level. Then after you pay yourself your salary from your business, you're also going to get taxed, okay? And then even if you don't take a salary and you pay yourself dividends, those dividends get taxed. Not as high as the salary, but it still get taxed, all right? So those are the 10 things I wanted to tell you real quick that nobody tells you as a new entrepreneur. And hopefully that was able to help you in some way, shape, or form, whether number 1 or number 2 or number 3 or number 4 or whatever number helped you. Hopefully at least one of those things helped you. I'm AJ Simmons, and I appreciate y'all time for listening to me. And make sure y'all keep checking in. Thank y'all for subscribing, watching, liking, sharing, and commenting. And if you're a patron, I appreciate your donation. Thank you.